All right. So here we go. Big news around the NBA. James Harden is now an LA Clipper. And what does this mean for the Western Conference? So James Harden had been rumored to be an LA Clipper for some time now, but we finally got the deal last night. I apologize for not being able to get this to you a little sooner. Did a video last night. Apparently the audio did not work, so I'm redoing this now for you. Hope this works. This is important because this has everything to do with your Denver Nuggets and what is going to happen throughout the Western Conference for the rest of the season. Right now, the 76ers trade James Harden to the LA Clippers, and the Clippers give up Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, Robert Covington, KJ Martin, multiple draft picks, a pick swap, and a pick swap for PJ Tucker, James Harden, and Philip Petrusev for that's the package that the Clippers got back in return, and especially getting James Harden and PJ Tucker. That is a great haul on their end to get, especially given the fact that now James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Russell Westbrook are all basically at the end of their deals. They could potentially lose all four of these players in free agency this next year should things not bode well for them and they don't actually end up contending for a title. They have not offered, it sounds like, extensions for Kawhi and for PG as they want both of those players to be healthy and to show more. So when I project the top 10 lineup, what does the top 10 rotation look like for this new Clippers team? I'm starting James Harden at point guard, Paul George at the two, Kawhi Leonard at the three, PJ Tucker at the four, Ivica Zubac at the five. With Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, Bones Highland, and Mason Plumlee off the bench, I personally think that that is a great rotation of players. Again, all this comes down to their health. Can they stay healthy? But I guarantee y'all this: this raises their floor in the regular season and raises their ceiling in the playoffs because you're getting potentially two former MVPs, one player I believe that is still a superstar when he's healthy in Kawhi Leonard, and then getting a nice rotation of bench players that are scorers and ball handlers around them. I think this is going to bode well for them. James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell, Bones Highland, all those players can ostensibly run in offense for the Clippers. Now, again, defensively, I think they can be a nightmare for a lot of teams as well. If you told me right now that this team is healthy going into a playoff series versus the Phoenix Suns, I might say, and I might take the Clippers to beat them. Now, I also want to be clear about this. I said that last year, if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George were healthy, that the Suns would have been out in the first round, and they would have lost to the Clippers because they're a really good team, and I think Kawhi Leonard is just that good. He is just that great. But a lot of this comes down again. It just comes down to how healthy they are when the most important time comes. But I would say this right now: James Harden raises the floor in the regular season. This now could be a potential top four team in the Western Conference. I think that right now, if they continue to play well, they have one of the best net ratings in the NBA. Again, limited sample size, 4 games. I get all that, but they might be better than the Lakers, and they might be better than the Suns. I know people like to joke and like to clown and say that, well, they're never healthy and all that other stuff. But y'all, they just might be better than both of those teams, given where their roster is with James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George. And even, a Russell Westbrook that's more efficient and can put some rim pressure in the game, can be a POA defender. Terrence Mann, be a good defender. PJ Tucker, one of the best big defenders for a 6'7" body in the NBA. Ostensibly, man, there's a lot that this team can do. So I do think that this is a good move for them, given that they are all in on this one season. If you play NBA 2K, this is the deal that, you know what, the Clippers would be a real fun team to play with online. I don't know how well it'll work out in the playoff setting. And I said this last night to a couple of Clippers fans, but James Harden and Paul George and Russell Westbrook, they all three have bust potential in the playoff format, just because the shot making can fall apart, the playmaking can fall apart. And if it does, they can't get to their spots, they can't finish like they normally would when they were younger, then obviously that can wreck their formula. But but I do think having Kawhi Leonard, the human cyborg, as people say, in a playoff setting, it changes a lot of the dynamics with this. So let me know what y'all think. Do you think that this new Clippers team with James Harden can challenge the Denver Nuggets at all? Do you think that this is a potential team that could threaten the West? Oh, also, by the way, let me share this tidbit of information with you. So, per ESPN Analytics, the LA Clippers are now favored to win the NBA championship in the Western Conference. So, well, among all Western Conference teams, per ESPN Analytics, the LA Clippers have the best chance to win the Western Conference with 22%, and they have the best chance to win the NBA title with 12%. The Nuggets are second with 19% to win the conference, just in front of the Warriors, 18%, and just in front of the Warriors with 10%. So they are now the favorites to come out of the West. The Clippers are with James Harden. They are now the favorites to win the title out of the West with James Harden. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that's accurate? What do you think this means for the Denver Nuggets? Should they be concerned about this matchup? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Hey, we out. I see y'all on the other side.